Welcome to Lift Your Leg. This is Monique Anstey from the Naughty Dog in Victoria, BC, author of As a Dog Thinketh.
And Jill Brown from Calgary, Alberta, the bag lady.
Tonight, we are talking about my last bravery seminar that I just did. That was super, super fun. Some of my learnings from there, and hopefully Jill can make sense of things I'm saying so that everyone understands, because this stuff is easy for me and I'm not necessarily always aware of what it is I'm doing. So I need Jill to help break it down, and I must stop eating Skittles.
Yes, you must.
Can you hear me?
At least it's not a Lindor the size of a mandarin orange in your cheek.
It was Ferrero Rocher, wasn't it?
It might have been, yes.
Thanks for forgetting that. How's your week, Jilly?
Good, good. I've been on holidays. So I've just been playing catch up, training dogs, relaxing. Yeah, it's been a good week.
I've spent an entire week scrubbing my wood floors.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Also, much needed catch up. All right, bravery seminar. One of the first things I want to say, but maybe this is a really boring thing to start with, but if your dog's struggling with something, if you're needing to create more dog or improve your relationship with your dog, food will not fix your problems. Food is a super tool for teaching your dog a concept. I do not think it is a good tool for changing the way your dog feels about something.
Agreed.
Am I saying that right, though? Because everyone's going to say you're wrong. We disagree. We desensitize.
I think it depends on when you're using it with an issue. If you have a dog that's frightened of something and you think that you can get them out of that fright mode,
yes,
by feeding them, that's not getting you anywhere. That's either going to make a dog not eat or be a frantic eater and just continue to worry about what's going on around them.
And I think something bigger than that, it can actually poison food and the value of food for a dog. If whenever they're scared for their life, food comes out, they learn not to trust food.
Yeah.
Which is something that's never discussed.
Yeah. It's a timing thing. You have to know if your dog is worried about something and then they get over it or realize it's not a big deal. That would be a time you could offer food.
Yeah.
But not when they're in that moment of fear or panic.
We had two dogs in a moment of panic. It's two noise-phobic dogs. And we were doing balloon exercises, so some other dogs popped balloons. And you could see them go into their phobic state. Mm-hmm. And food was used. But it wasn't food that saved the day. Food was used in a way to continue the exercise to make it look like it had previously. So it was giving the dog a target to run to, the owner's hand where food was, as the owner was racing away. So the dog had to run through like a tunnel filled with balloons.
Yeah.
And as it came out, it would see its owner's hand and have to run to that to get the food.
Yeah.
So it was just a target. And it kept the picture exactly the same for the dogs. Now, what was fascinating with the balloons popping was before the dogs changed, the people changed their body language. That I found absolutely intriguing. And both of them were completely unaware that their bodies had changed.
But they were expecting that fear from their dogs, so that's probably where their change came about, even without them knowing it.
Yep.
They were expecting the dog to be worried. The way you're using the food there is you're not just being a Pez dispenser where you're just shoveling food in the dog's mouth when it's scared. They're actually having to do something to get to that treat. Like running through the balloons and getting to their owner's hand.
So both of these handlers were top handlers, like super, super handlers, but got caught in their own emotions. So They're actually both very competitive ladies too, which was the funniest part. So they were being super competitive running through the tunnels. So the women would take off, they would give a clear target to their hand, the dog would chase, get his food. It was all good. They heard the pops, and suddenly they slowed down their running. They were looking back over their shoulder at the dogs
Yep.
and helping them, and then wondering why the dog would run straight past them to the door.
Yep.
And neither of them could see it. It was fascinating.
Yep. The dogs could see it. They could see that there was now something to be worried about.
I could see it.
Yep.
And one of the dogs truly is phobic. There really is a noise issue there. But he did get over it. And he tried so hard for his mum. This dog would walk through fire for her. Their relationship was a thing of beauty. It was lovely to see.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing to see what a relationship can do for you and your dog.
Yep.
When it's right, it will pull you through so much trouble if trouble appears. And when it's wrong, it will not help you in the least if you get into the slightest bit of trouble. You'll sink.
Yep. Okay, next.
I was just going to recap that. It wasn't until I was able to change the people's emotions and put them in the right headspace that I was able to get the dog there. And in the case of those two women, both of them, it was competitiveness.
Isn't that 90% of the time what you need to do?
I think it might be.
Yeah, once you get the people in the right headspace, then the dogs typically will follow that.
But how many dogs need competitiveness as the emotion for them?
The dogs don't, unless you're hairy. But competition is a good thing for people.
It was for the dogs here too.
Makes them work harder.
Why is it competition? Is it the adrenaline that people have with it?
But I don't think it's the dogs competing. It's the people putting forth more effort because they're being competitive. And by doing that, they're changing their mindset.
Okay.
And then the dog is just like, sweet, my normal owner's back now.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
The other time was fun, true laughter. And I'm talking like where my knees are buckling and I can't stand. And there's a video of it. I think Haley had 400 videos. Thank you, Haley Hayes from the Chewed Slipper, for videoing it for us. You rock, lady. And if you need somewhere to board your dog, Haley is your woman. Your reactive dog can go there and have its own vacation. She's super.
Good. I think I sent someone there this past week.
Really?
Yep.
Anyhow, in the video, you can see I'm laughing so hard, I can barely stand. And many of the women were also doing the same. There was several occasions where I had to save Jackie and Jillian from landing on their heads. Oh, it's so funny. But it's that true laughter is what changes everything, where we forget. When we are just like let loose entirely and we forget about our dogs because we're just laughing so hard, that's when everything changes.
Yep. It's the same with genuine praise. I think they go hand in hand. If you're not trying to fool somebody, if it's genuine praise or honest fun, it makes a world of difference.
Yeah. So, what happens in the case where your dog has emotionally exhausted you? Because we had that there at the seminar. There was a dog there who I think had just emotionally exhausted their person. So when you're that tired and overwhelmed, you can't laugh.
I think you have to do either one or two things to me. You either put the dog away and don't even try to fake your way through it because dogs aren't dumb. Or you do the tiniest little thing that you truly can laugh about. And don't ask for so much.
Then I think we handled that because in the morning where she was so emotionally exhausted, just looked overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I handled the dog.
Okay.
So that kind of did what you just said.
Yep.
Then when things was super fun, she handled her dog.
Yep.
And we got her laughing.
And if you can have fun with the dog and do silly things, that could be enough to get owner to lighten up and truly laugh at them as well. Sometimes it's hard to see how funny your dogs can be when they're on the end of your own leash.
Well,
When you see them with other people, you can see how funny they are.
and then I think the baggage there too.
Yep,
I think exhaustion takes so much away. And we've all been there at some point with a dog.
absolutely. And will be again, I'm sure.
No,
Yep.
you've got to have fun. And with certain dogs, that's really hard. But without it, your relationship's just going to go the wrong direction.
Like you said last week, you either find a way to do it or you find an excuse not to. You've got to make it
Yeah.
fun. You have to find the things that, if you have a dog that truly has zero sense of humor, which I don't know that there really are those kinds of dogs. If they're like
There
that,
are
I
there are
think,
some, but
I think those ones have been created. Like things that they find funny, owners don't find funny, so they just give up being funny.
I agree.
But
Maybe,
again,
yeah.
it's stuff that you have to do. If you truly do have a dog that's just in life, just ho hum, not that anybody would notice, kind of Eeyore,
Rupert,
then don't ask that. Well, Rupert's got a sense of humor.
a huge one now. Yeah.
Yeah, but then just accept them for the lawn ornament they are and enjoy having them around. Don't ask them to be funny. Don't ask them to do stuff that is out of their realm.
What we got, one of my favorite exercises in bravery is wheels. And we do a whole bunch of stupid stuff on wheels. But what wheels can add is that little bit of risk and danger for the people, which puts you a little bit more on edge, so you're more likely to laugh.
Yeah, when you fall off the skateboard or out of the
Yeah.
wheelchair or yep,
Yep. So we stuck woman on a longboard with her dog, and then you throw cookies forward. So the dog's dragging you to the cookie. So you're at the mercy of your sled dog. So if somebody else throws a cookie on your far left and your dog runs for it, you're coming off.
yep,
That's the danger involved. And there were several wipeouts, Gillian. With that, she was on her longboard and I gave her assistance from behind. And then it's that feeling of speed danger because you know you're about to wipe out that you can't help but laugh. And that
yep.
was what got her going. There are safer ways to do it. If
Yeah,
she,
I
you,
was gonna say you have to be able to, there has to be a way where you can balance those because when you're in class and you're asking your dog to do that kind of stuff and you're laughing and having a blast doing it, most people wouldn't laugh if their dog did that to them out on a walk.
unless you want to go up a hill, then it's very convenient.
Yes. But if they like bolt off to your left hand side and pull you off your feet,
Oh, I'll kill
that's
them.
that's not funny. So it's yeah, it's a balancing act of where it's funny and where it isn't.
Yeah. I think they know. I truly believe they know because my dogs have never pulled me off my feet to get to a cookie otherwise.
Yeah.
Famous last words. I'm touching wood.
Yeah. Send me the pictures of your scraped knees tomorrow.
Hush now, woman, hush. Hang on. So when she came in, dog was lunging all over the place. And so I took the leash. And the difference was she loves her dog. So there's big emotional investment there, like my dog's misbehaving. And then I'm just going to assume like you look bad, you want your dog to look good. There's that emotional investment there. And things just get more serious and go downhill. I took that same leash, dog's still lunging, but I didn't care.
Yeah.
And then the lunging just went away to wanting to lick dogs' faces and then to not really being bothered and then just being my assistant and helping me with other dogs. So she went from lunging to just being cute, super cute. But the only real difference was I didn't care.
Yeah.
And I wasn't pulling her away because I didn't care. Go ahead. What are you going to do when you get there? You're a delinquent youngster. You're not going to do much of anything. But it's amazing kind of how our own response can affect so much about what they're doing.
Yep.
Rotten dogs. They really are. And in this case, this dog was so clever. So it was just tormenting her owner. I,
Not funny.
I know. I was thinking this dog is everything this woman needs because she's so much fun and so funny. But unless this poor lady can ride to this occasion and kind of appreciate all of this in her dog, this dog's going to make her want to end her life.
Yep.
They are such polar opposites. But we always get the dog we need.
And I
So
think,
apparently the universe has a cruel sense of humor and thinks she
yes.
needs this brutally harsh lesson and kick in the ass to suddenly let loose and have fun. Like, wow, the universe could give her gentler lessons. Like, you don't have to get the complete jokester for a dog when you're quite serious as a person. And that was what she got, like a complete clown.
And then she's smart to just enjoy the humor rather than trying to change it. It's easier to change our outlook than it is to change a dog's behavior sometimes.
Yeah, hard to do, man. Hard to do. But
Yeah.
when your commitment's there for your dog, you'll do it somehow. Hopefully.
Yep.
Hopefully, man.
Oh boy.
Otherwise, dog and human are oil and vinegar. Truthfully, the pair of them were oil and vinegar. With complete love and admiration for each other, but oil and vinegar. I've had those dogs. Have you? My
Yes.
my Irish Terrier and I were oil and vinegar.
My first golden puppy, my first purchased golden puppy. And we never saw eye to eye.
Did you have fun together?
No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
She
I
was,
remember taking Hilda to the vet clinic. She was like 15 years old or something like that at the time. It was a dental. And I go to pick her up there, and she's running around loose in the office. And everyone is just like, oh, what a wonderful dog. We love her so much. I'm like, oh, really?
would you like to keep her?
Oh, no. I felt so evil. Oh, is she? She's not in our house.
Yep, sometimes you
Like this
just don't
poor dog.
click.
Sometimes you don't click. And in that case, I was selfish by not rehoming her. I
I
should have
was,
rehomed her.
yeah, I was still living at home,
Yep.
and this one absolutely adored my mom.
Okay.
It was fine to have her there. She just wasn't a dog that I should have been asking anything competition wise with, and then we
Hmm.
probably would have gotten along perfectly well.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Any other thoughts on bravery? I'm very short on this one. It was so much fun. What an amazing group of people.
That was when you had
My shadow
your
people.
shadow people there, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Hopefully they can institute some of your ideas in their own classes.
I think so. Tila's teaching one,
Good.
and hers would be fun because Tila's as nutty as I am. No offense, Tila, but you are.
Huh.
Yeah. Super cool. So I have had so much fun training my dogs this week.
I have as well. And I think part of it for me and for you as well, you have a little more freedom in your days than I do.
Well, I was on holiday, so I had lots of freedom. Yes.
Yes, but even when you're working, you have more freedom than I do because you're still
Yes.
working around home. I
Hmm.
get home from work and I have that time there where I can work my dogs before I have dinner or before I go to work. And it's very structured. While I'm working, it's not nearly as much fun as when I can just decide at any time, now I'm going to go do some work with my dogs. So
I think I'm the same, Jill. Like if I'm in like board and train mode or private lessons or day school, I don't see my dogs.
I think
I
I
think
would I think I would take more advantage of it if I was working your job. I'd be like, huh, time for a cup of tea. Oh look, I'm going to do some broad jumps.
I think it's hard to switch my head out of board and train mode to lighten up for like sport.
Fair enough, yeah.
So if I take my tea, I'm thinking about what my board and trains need to do next.
Yeah.
Like I stay with them until the day is up, and then I can switch off and enjoy my own dogs.
Fair enough.
Yep. So all of this week, I think all of this week, I have trained Pippa, Fika, and Harry. I have had so much fun.
Nice. I've only got one I'm training, and the second one is most upset that she's not training.
Aww.
I know, but she's happy that she doesn't have to have somebody else sticking their head in her food bowl when she's not done yet. You're downstairs while she's eating.
I think this week, as we listen to news as Canadians,
Ugh.
every day we got more bad news, more fear mongering, more scared. Pretty much every day all week, I think.
Yep.
The week just was like, oh, this isn't good. Oh, this is even worse. Oh, this is worse. Oh, no, this is worse. Until here we are on Sunday,
It's
and
true.
it got worse.
Again.
Oh, no, it's Saturday. It's Saturday today.
Oh my God. Yesterday was Saturday in my head. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Today feels like Sunday. I have an extra day off. This is wonderful.
Nice.
So it's been that kind of week where I'm off. I don't want to listen to the news. I need to be careful how much I'm listening to because it's just being that educated right now isn't a good thing.
Yep. It's a joy.
So
It's a joy suck.
it's a joy suck. So among all of this, I have been very mindful to train my dogs every day. And I have to tell you, cranky music and going and training them, you forget everything bad.
Yep.
It's just so much fun to train our dogs. And I've realized how lucky all of us are that we have dogs that we can do this with because it's free.
Yep.
You just need to turn a song on and teach your dog something and
Yep.
enjoy them and laugh with them.
And even if you're not teaching them anything,
Yeah.
they've just earned their keep just by getting your mind off of all of the crap that's going on.
Yep. And it's free,
Yep. Yeah,
which
exactly.
right now is very important because
Oh,
not much is.
nothing is. Do you realize now if you go to put air in a tire at a gas station, you have to pay for air?
Yeah, you've had to for a long time.
I
Yeah. But I very much recommend to everyone that in these emotionally charged times, take that time and go enjoy your dogs.
Yep.
Get rid of your devices. Stay a little bit less educated sometimes. I know we have to stay educated, but being up to date all the time is too much.
Yeah. But also be mindful that you don't take your dog out when you're miserable about something that's going on.
I agree.
Yeah.
Or if you are miserable, do something first to get yourself in the right headspace.
Yep.
Do jumping jacks, play a dance song, do something to get yourself in the right headspace, then get your dog.
Yep.
Yep. And Pippa is one of those dogs that she is my mirror. Where my head is at is where she will be.
Yeah.
So I have to be careful when my head is out with her. And today Canada got particularly bad news once again. So today was the worst news of all the bad newses. And I went and trained Pippa. And she was the best she's been in a long time. She was super. My head was in the right space, is what she told me today.
Yeah. I guess you just brushed it off and said,
Yep. She's a good barometer.
yeah.
But she doesn't lie, and she won't forgive me. She will act how I behave, which is really good if you can get it together, and really bad if you can't.
Yeah. She's a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dogs that you can fake it through with are easier, but
Harry is my barometer too, very much. But I think that's what makes Harry so great, is that he's easy to manipulate with my emotions. So long as I'm aware of them, he's easy to manipulate with them. So I can bring him up or down depending where I'm at. But Pippa takes that to a whole different level.
Yeah.
Harry is responsive, whereas Pippa is just reading my mind. She's just intuitive. She's just, yeah.
Yeah, she's just mirroring you. Except
Yeah.
when you put on a mask and try to be happy when you're not, she's, yeah, no, I'm not that dumb.
Harry, I can give him the right muscles, the right breaths, and he does the right thing. And I can give him the right movements and he'll have the right mood. Pippa's just reading my mind. So I can give her the right breaths, the right movements. She's
Yep.
this isn't how you really think, mother. Oh, Pippa, darling.
It
So how was your training this week?
was good.
Yeah.
Yep. I realized that my Prada dog is very literal and
And
didn't realize that until I was working on off bad landings on retrieve over the highs, so off center returns. Except I've been using a stanchion for a wrap on her broad jump.
mm-hmm.
So on her high jumps, every time she went off to the right to pick up the dumbbell or the left, it didn't really matter, whichever way I had set the dumbbell down. Coming back, she would go around the jump to my right, because that's what she's been doing with her broad jump for the last week.
I have a thought what I would do to fix it.
Do tell.
I would stick a cone or a stanchion out after you send her over. So she has to go over the jump around the stanchion and come back.
So give her something to wrap way out there after she picks
Yes.
up the dumbbell. So she
Oh,
still.
I think I would start with a post out there now. So just teach her to go over, wrap, come back.
Okay.
And then I would have her dumbbell on a target plate at the post. And then I would just keep the target plate dumbbell and remove the post.
Okay. So she's still getting to do the wrap that.
Yeah, I would go with her learning method here rather than fight her with it.
We shall try.
Let's see if that helps her. I want
Yeah.
to know now if that helps her.
I will attempt it. Well, I might even attempt it tonight for dinner. We'll see what happens. But yeah, when I was trying to get her to come back over it and she just kept circling it and jumping it the other way, I was like, oh dear, no. You have a different exercise in your head now altogether, honey.
At least she's thinking, right?
She is. And she thought
Right.
she had it right.
Bless her. Harry today gave me one of the best tracks I think he's ever done. Not the best, but up there with one of them. He was fantastic.
Nice.
I know. Save that for trial day, Harry.
Do you have a tracking book that you could recommend? Because I would love to continue it with Prada. 1 month a year is not going to get us a tracking title.
No,
And I don't have a clue what I'm doing.
I don't. I have a one by an Australian guy here somewhere. And I can look and see. There was one Schutzen guy who used to write articles and they were on the internet. And I printed them off because they were really, really good. He broke it down into concepts. So it's in a brown envelope in my build. Oh, hang on. I have a brown envelope on my desk. Could this really be it? Wouldn't that be funny if I'm that
Intuitive. Jill's going to ask this tonight.
No, it's not it. What's in this envelope, though? I have to see now. It is!
Really?
Yes. Steve Robinson tracking tips. Oh my goodness, that is so funny.
That's hilarious. Steve Robinson.
I have to rip the envelope out. It's all too fat to pull out.
And I can find those on the internet?
No, I don't know. But I completely had to mangle the envelope. Let me see it's the right guy. Yeah, it is. Steve Robinson from the Field Training from Schutzen USA magazine.
From the field.
From 2002.
That's funny.
But his tracking stuff in here, he breaks it down to like nice, clear concepts.
Cool.
So he was the one, and then the other guy in here, I'm not sure if you would like or not.
I just feel like I have to do it with Prada. If she was a crappy tracker, I wouldn't. I'd be like, oh, she doesn't know what she's doing there, but she's got a really good nose on her, and I would love to do some stuff with it.
Yeah, cool. There you go. That's so funny. I can't believe it's sitting on my desk.
That is quite hilarious. Ah,
Too funny. And I only saw it because of the color of the envelope. I was thinking in my head, and it was the same color sitting on the desk.
oh my!
How my ADHD brain works. Oh dear.
What are the chances? Oh boy!
Very slim. What are you training tomorrow?
Retrieval of the high jump with
Yeah,
stanchion out there.
yeah,
I need to do some more healing work with her just to tidy that up. She's cutting her finishes short. So I did a couple of finishes where I just took half a small step forward
yeah.
as she was coming around. Now she's a little bit far forward. So you got to fix that. And articles. Her articles are beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Then the other thing I think I have to do is work on tight healing patterns again because I'm used to my sport now, which is long flowing healing patterns.
Yep. We don't get those in the ring in CKC.
No, and I think they've gotten tighter and choppier.
I don't think they have. You and I were talking about this earlier. I
Yeah.
don't think they have. You're just so used to your wide open fields where you get big, you get to heal with your own pattern. You don't have somebody calling, you know what you're doing. And that doesn't help either when make sure you know the pattern.
Yeah, I
And I know
will.
this is probably hard for you because it's hard for me and I'm not ADHD. I can watch the pattern 15 times and then go into the ring and be
No, I have
like,
to memorize
"Oh,
it.
I
I have
still
to memorize
I
it.
still don't know what it is when I walk in the ring." It's ridiculous. But yeah,
I,
know what it is and then you can adjust yourself to it.
I think what will be harder for me is an open B of mixed up exercises, of knowing what comes where.
That I've never had a problem with. It's just because that's easy enough to just say, "Where am I going next?" And then you've got that space from where you are to the next exercise to get your
Okay.
dog back with you. It's more for me, it's more knowing the healing pattern.
Okay. And then with memorizing the healing pattern, I've always done it first. Now it may not be.
Exactly. Yep, yep.
Fun. Super fun. I'm so glad I get to do this again.
Be exciting for you.
I can't wait.
Fun, fun, fun. I might have
We're
to.
so lucky we get to do this with our dogs. We really are.
We are, and the dogs are lucky that they get to do it when we're in the right mindset. And I
Yes.
think we've got to the point in our dog life slash career,
You and I.
yeah, where and many people have. I think there's still a lot of people that haven't, where you realize it should be fun for them. I don't want to drag a dog into the ring and have them slog around beside me just for the sake of a ribbon. To me,
No.
I'm doing this because it's something I love doing with them as a partnership.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I'm going in there to show off my wonderful dog.
exactly.
My wonderful dog today slammed me in the leg with the end of her wood dumbbell.
Good girl.
Hmm. I
Oh,
told her she was horrible.
you did not.
I did. It hurt. Oh,
All
dear. All right. I'm going to bed, Jilly.
right, me as
Good
well.
night.
Good
Thank you for
night.
talking to me.
Okay, we'll see you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.